Today we're going to move on with function notation and evaluation. I've already taught y'all this, but I'm just going to go over it again. Function notation is a way to name functions. This is the name. This is the input that you're going to input for that x. And then once you input it, it gives you the output. You can name a function any letter of the alphabet. So you can name it G, F, K, whatever. You can also use any other variable for the input. Like you don't have to use an X. You can use a P or a Z or whatever. This is not read F parentheses X. It's read F of X. It does not mean multiply F times X. It's just the name. Yes, y'all got it? Okay. I'm going to teach you how to use a function to complete a table or solve for something. Guys, a function is just an equation. So right here, this is the same thing as y equals 3x plus 1. Just instead of saying y, we called it f of x. Okay, so right here, it says complete each function table. This is the function. What's its name? F. Its name is f. We say f of x equals x minus 4. This is how you get the output. That's the rule. It's saying that to get the output, you're going to take every x and subtract 4. So I would do negative 10 minus 4, which is negative 14. Negative 9 minus 4 is negative 13. Negative 8 minus 4 is negative 12. Negative 7 minus 4 is negative 11. And 0 minus 4 is negative 4. So you can do these in your head if they're easy, but when you get to the hard ones, you would have to put them in your calculator. Now, here's what's really cool. Your calculator will put a function in for you and make the table. So that's what I'm going to teach you right now. To do it in your calculator, you're going to push your y equals button. And then you're going to go to second table. So I want you to find your y equals button. If anything is there, clear it out. And if your calculator starts acting funny, just reset it. 2 plus 7, 1, 2. Okay? We're going to type in the one we just did. So what am I going to type in? I need to type in the function first. What am I going to type in? X minus 4. Once I type the function in, I go to the table. So if you look at the word graph right here, right above it in blue, it says table. So that's why we have to hit second first. So second table. And this is a table of every coordinate that exists for that function. If you're scrolled somewhere, you just scroll the opposite direction if you need your negatives. It wants to know what y is when x is negative 10. So scroll to negative 10. Did it give us that it's negative 14? Is that cool? It'll give you all the answers. Okay, so let's go try this one. So where am I going to go? Y equals. I'm going to clear that out. And I'm going to put in 15 minus 6x. Now where do I go? Second table. I want to know what the output is when x is 0. So I scroll to 0. What is the output? 15. And then you just fill out for all the other x values. Okay, can we skip this one? Y'all got it? Okay, go to the back. Basically, I'm about to teach you the exact same thing, but it's going to be presented a little differently. But it's the exact same. This is going to give you the function right here. And instead of saying fill out the table, it says evaluate the function when x is 6. All it's telling you to do is plug 6 in for x. You can either do it by hand or you can use your y equals button. It is totally up to you. If I did it by hand, I would say, well, what is 7 times 6 minus 5? Well, 7 times 6 is 42, and 42 minus 5 is 37. Could I have put it in my y equals button, though? So if I went to y equals and typed in 7x minus 5 and hit table and went to x is 6, you can see the answer is 37. So it is totally up to you whether you do them by hand or you use the y equals button. Personally speaking, the y equals button is the safest way to go because it's going to do everything for you. But like when they're easy like this, I would just do them in my head. That's just totally up to you. All right, try this one and pick a way you want to do it. Are y'all good? Now, this is presented another way, but it means the same thing. So here it said evaluate when x equals 6. Here it says find f of negative 3. That is just another way of saying when x equals negative 3. So you would do the exact same thing. It's just different ways to present it. Got it? So I would say, what is negative 8 times negative 3 minus 9? Or I would put this in y equals and go to when x is negative 3. And the answer is 15. So again, it could say fill out the table. It could say evaluate when x equals. It could say evaluate when f of negative 3. And it all means plug them in for x. Got it? This one down here gives you a function and wants you to evaluate for each of these. Do you think it would be faster on this one to do it by hand or to use the y equals button? Because they have the same function, right? So personally, I would go to y equals and I would type it in exactly how I see it. So 3 open parentheses, negative 2x plus 7, close parentheses. Go to the table, so second table, and when f of x, which is x is negative 7, what is y? 63. Now, you don't have to go in order. I'm going to go ahead and go do negative 8 since I'm already near that. It's 69. And then 11. When x is when x is positive 11, y is negative 45, and 13 is negative 57. Okay, these functions down here are called quadratic functions. They're going to have exponents involved. We're going to actually learn these after Christmas, but for today you're just evaluating, meaning plug the number in for x. The easiest way to do these is to use your y equals button. But I need to show you all how to put in the exponents. Okay, so go to y equals. So you're going to type in exactly what you see. So open parentheses, x minus 7, close parentheses. How do I get the power of 2? Right here is a shortcut button for the power of 2. Do y'all see it? right here. If you push that, it's going to do the power of 2. Now, there's another way to do it, so I'm going to show y'all. X minus 7. I can also, because this is only the power of 2. So what if it's like the power of 4? You would have to use this button to push up to the exponent and put in the 2. Now, the problem with that button, do you see how my cursor is still up top? So I would have to arrow out of that one. Where this button will put it in and move your cursor back down for you. So you just have to be careful with which way you do it. Okay, and then I would put in plus 4. And that's it. And then go to your table. When x is negative 6, what is the answer? 173. All right, do y'all want to try one on your own? Try that one. What did y'all get? 73. Very good. Now, so far, I have taught you the different ways it'll be presented when you're plugging in for x. Now I'm going to show you when it wants you to plug in for the function, which means for y. Even though these equations don't have a y equals, y'all remember what I told you right here? This is the same thing as saying y equals. So go to the next page. It says, sometimes instead of finding the value of the function for x, you're going to find the value of x for the function that's given. So basically, you're just going to solve the equation. Okay? It says, if f of x equals 2x minus 3, if f of x equals 15, find x. If it says find x, then you're not plugging in for x. Make sense? You're going to take this number and you're going to plug it in for the function. So you would basically just say 15 equals 2x minus 3. And then you would solve the equation. How would I solve this equation? Get rid of the 3 by adding. So I have 18 equals 2x. How would I get rid of the 2? Divide by 2. And I would get x equals 9. Did we find x? Yes. Same thing here. I would plug in, because it says find x, and it says g of x equals 11, I would just plug the 11 in for that. And that should have been let g of x. That's a typo. So 11 equals 3x plus 2. How would I solve for x? Minus 2 on both sides. So I have 9 equals 3x. How do I get rid of the coefficient 3? Divide by 3, and I get x equals 3. All right, try the next one on your own. Did you get x equals 7? Good. At the bottom, it wants you to translate the following statements into coordinate points. It's literally the easiest thing ever. This is the x value. This is the y value. So how would I write that as an ordered pair, a coordinate? negative 1, comma 1. How would I write this one? 2, 7. How about this one? 1, comma, negative 1. And the last one, 5, comma, negative 3. We're not going to do the back page. I'll get you all your assignment, but wait for direction.